Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday afternoon. Hope yours is going well. We've got another Seahawks video to get to today, but first we are at 2,200 subscribers to the channel. Shout out to all the subscribers, and special tip of the cap goes to the channel members, especially elite channel members HaWKxXA, Brandon Mikel, Scott, Todd, VGK Tigers 75, Hasher for MVP, John Harper, and Salacious Crumb. Alright guys, I got some good news today. I think we may have figured it out. Just in time for the playoffs, just in time for the real important stuff to begin, I think the Seahawks may have figured it out. Because there's no caveat I can list for the game that the Seahawks defense played against the Rams. And there's nothing I can say about the way their pass rush played on Sunday other than they did a spectacular job. So we're going to have some very encouraging things to go over this week in the road to 150. Obviously, we've gotten past 150. Given how many pass attempts we're facing, it probably needed to be more like a road to 200. But let's forget about that for a second. Let's just keep in mind that we are now at the end of the season. And going into the playoffs, we're going to be playing maybe the Cardinals, maybe the Rams, maybe the Bears, maybe eventually the Bucks, maybe the Packers, maybe the Saints. We don't know exactly who we're going to play, but we're going to play some good offenses, good quarterbacks, good offensive lines. We're going to need to get pressure. And after what I saw last week on Sunday, I think we finally have a recipe to get consistent pressure on the opposing QB. And there was a lot of havoc on Jared Goff, and there's nothing I can say about the game we played with our pass rush against the Rams to take away from it. I can't say, oh, Jared Goff doesn't know how to get the ball away quick enough. Oh, that offense doesn't know how to avoid letting their QB get hit. Oh, that offensive line is terrible. No. This was a team that had a good offense coming into this game. Not a great offense, but a good offense. This was a team that historically never, ever allowed their quarterback to be pressured when they were playing the Seahawks, and we got it done. So, with that in mind, let's jump in. Rasheem Green, he picked up two QB, I believe, no, I'm sorry, was it two or, yeah, 3 QB pressures against the Rams. 2 QB hits, 1 hurry, 3 pressures total. And he's catching fire at just the right time, maybe, because even though he didn't get a sack, that was probably his best game of the season. Benson Mayowa had a monster game as well. We'll all remember him as the helmet that broke Jared Goff's thumb. But officially, he had 9 QB pressures. There is some disagreement from site to site on how many he had. There was one website that claimed he had 8 QB pressures against the Rams, which I certainly didn't see it that way, but I did see him get 2, and he also had a tackle for loss, and he also had the, well, he didn't really do anything to Jared Goff, but he was physically present when something happened to him. All right, LJ Collier, another good game for him. He had 2 QB pressures against the Rams. He's chipping in as well. Not putting up big stats, maybe, but he is finding his own way to get pressure on the opposing quarterback. 2 more to the ledger after that game against the Rams. Also finding his way is Alton Robinson, another 2 QB pressures and a sack on Jared Goff. So right away, you guys should be able to see what is going so well for this team. This defensive line, specifically the edge rushers on this team, are kicking ass right now, guys. And it doesn't just end with the edge rushers either. As you will see as we jump into the next positional group, it just keeps getting better and better. Demontre Moore, he didn't add any new pressures. I don't even know if he's going to be playing defensive end very much at all right now because our rotation is pretty robust. Jarran Reed, probably his best game of the year. And as much as I don't like the contract we gave Jarran Reed, as much as I haven't been impressed with him this year, he just had the best game of his season in the most important game. And if you can do stuff like that, if you can show up big when we need it the most, I'm going to forget a lot of the stuff this season that annoyed me. So Jarran Reed, 4 QB pressures against the Rams, 2 sacks. Awesome, awesome stuff. And Poona Ford added to his pressure total. He added 1 against the Rams. He's leveled off a little bit after having a middle season push to being a really, really good pass rusher from the defensive tackle position. but he chipped in with another one against the Rams, so he's still doing his thing. Brian Monet, first game back, he picked up a QB pressure, so he's up to 2 on the season. He still has a shot, man. He's going to play a lot against the 49ers probably. He has a shot. Darrell Taylor still not on the field. Shaquem Griffin not really getting on the field, not really getting any opportunities. Anthony Rush not on the team. Bullard not really playing. Carlos Dunlap, however, hit a gold mine with 3 QB pressures against the Rams. I know some people were saying, oh, he didn't really show up in the stat sheet. He didn't do that much, but he was getting pressure on Goff. He was making his presence known out there, and he was a part of the reason why the pass rush was so successful on Sunday. So, lastly, Snacks, he's off the team now. He was not active on Sunday, so he never got any pressures this season, which, not surprising, but little underwhelmed by the way he played this year, but not anything that really hurt the team. But you add it all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So on, I believe, 47 dropbacks by Jared Goff, we got 18 QB pressures from the defensive line alone. From the defensive line alone, we got 18 QB pressures on 46 or 47 QB dropbacks. That's really good. That's really solid, especially against a good offense, especially against that Rams team. So we might be figuring it out at just the right time. This has not been a very good season overall for this pass rush, I don't think. But if they play like this in the playoffs, we're cooking. We're really cooking at that point. All right, moving on to the linebackers now. Bobby Wagner did not add to his total, nor did KJ Wright, but Jordan Brooks finally gets on the board. He picked up a QB pressure against the Rams. I think it was a QB hit, actually. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he finally got on the board here. He got to his 2020 projection. I only thought he was going to get 1. Granted, I didn't think he was going to play this much, but he came through finally. So, yeah, 1 QB pressure for Jordan Brooks. And that's it from the linebackers. Nothing new from the cornerbacks. So we're going to breeze right through that to get to the safeties, where we added 1 from, guess who? Jamal Adams. Jamal Adams added 1 QB pressure to get to 24 on the season. Just absolutely crazy. He only played in, 11 games? But, yeah. So, after 15 games, the Seahawks are now at 170 total QB pressures. Given how many pass attempts we faced this year, I'm not going to say that's good. But what I am going to say is it seems like the pass rush is finding itself just in time, because we got 20 pressures total against the Rams, and they dropped back to pass less than 50 times. If we play like that in the playoffs, we're not going to have a ton to worry about from the pass rush. So I'm happy to say that even though the journey was not fun all the time, we had those games. I'm sure you guys remember them. We had the game against the Cardinals where we didn't hit Kyler Murray once. We had some games against New England where we just couldn't get to the QB at all. We had games against, honestly, the Rams the first time where we just weren't getting pressure. But I think we've got something. And I think we are figuring it out. And, hey, a higher than 40% pressure rate on a QB for a good offense, that's going to get you the win in a lot of games. So, nothing but happy things to report here. We played a great game against the Rams. Best game of the season for our pass rush. I know it was only 3 sacks, but you got to remember, the pressure forced him to make some bad throws. The pressure forced him to throw that stupid pick. So, hey, I'll take whatever I can get. And right now, this pass rush is playing like an elite pass rush. So, I'm going to get out of here. Peace out. Go Hawks. See you guys a little later. Things are finally popping into place just in time for this team to maybe go do something special this season.